Can you think of a single name in a firearms industry that causes more hatred or more love than the big G? Maybe someone out there is far better educated, which wouldn't take much, with much more knowledge to be able to tell me if there's another name out there people either love or hate more than Glock when it comes to firearms. I personally was not a Glock hater, but when I first started carrying 8 years ago, I didn't want to be a Glock fanboy. Didn't mean I hated Glocks, it meant I didn't want to be a Glock fanboy. So I did everything. I ran, I bought Taurus, I bought Sig, I bought Ruger, I bought Springfield. The only one I didn't buy was Smith & Wesson. You know, the M&P line is nice, so I have shot them, and great guns, but probably the only major one I didn't buy. Finally I shot a Glock, and I was hooked. And as a matter of fact, it was a Gen 3, very much like this one, which some people swear they hate. I don't understand why. To me, because it fits my hand like a glove. So anyway, you've seen some videos here with one of those guns that I tried to run away from Glock with, and that was a Sig P320 compact. Now prior to that, I had a Glock 43 that pretty much is my everyday carry. And then I've got a Glock 23 home defense gun. I've also carried that one quite a bit. I wanted to add a 19 to the arsenal, but I went ahead and I got this Sig P320 compact. And on my video here on my channel, I shot it really well right out of the box. I bought the thing, brought it home from my FFL, loaded it, shot it. Put a little bit of wheel bearing grease on the rails, but that was it. Didn't do anything else with it, and shot it really well. The trigger is excellent, great ergonomics. It just felt really good. Now the one thing it didn't do normally for me, and this is going to blow some of you away, some of you hate the Glock grip angle. I personally love it. It fits me. And so what I found myself doing with the Sig a lot was aiming low because of the upright grip angle. Now over time and in training and everything else, that's a training issue. So in training, I could have overcome that, but I just could not get away from the fact that I owned a Sig P320 compact, I owned a Glock 23, Glock 43, I didn't own a 19. So made the call, decided to go ahead and sell the Sig. I sold it along with the holster. Actually ended up making 28 bucks off the deal, which was great, very uncommon in the firearms industry. But buy good stuff. If you buy good, desirable stuff, you get good deals. You're going to be able to at least usually about break even or even make a few bucks on it. So I found a guy the very same day that I sold mine, my Sig, who had the 19, and he had an ad on Arms List. This ad reads something like Glock 19, yada yada yada, all these extras, 550 bucks. One magazine ran through it. I'm thinking, yeah, what's the catch? Gotta be some kind of catch. So I emailed the guy. Can I have some more pictures? I always like to do that, try to call their bluff, see if it's a scam, that type of thing. And I just flat ask him, you know, hey, can I have more pictures, and is this a scam? Basically what it came with. His answer was no, by the way. He said, it's right here at my place of business. Here's the address. Come and look at it if you're interested. Which I knew then the guy was serious. I knew it wasn't a scam. Just by the tone, even in the email, was like, hey, take it or leave it. Somebody's going to buy it. And so the deal came with the Gen 3 Glock 19, 2 regular G19 magazines, 4 Glock 17 mags with 5 X grips. So I'm able to put that 17 mag in and carry 17, you know, plus 1, 18, which I just think it looks good also. From an ergonomic standpoint, it gives you a full, nice support on your hand there. I really like the way that feels. It really balances the gun nice. A couple more rounds just gives you a little more recoil control as well. So, so I really like those. So anyway, 6 total mags, 5 X grips, the gun, Trigicon HD sights he just had installed with the orange front. I ended up taking those off and putting them on my Glock 23 for a night gun. And I put my Mariglow protector blacked out rear and my yellow front. I like those for self-defense better. He also had a Glock OEM threaded barrel. in the gun. He ran one mag through it, and I believed it. When I broke the gun down and looked at it, it still had the Glock copper lube inside, so he wasn't lying, and barely shot it. Basically just getting rid of a lot of guns. I just happened to find a really good deal. So anyway, $550, made the deal. I didn't want the threaded barrel, as you can see. Just got a regular Glock barrel. So I found one on eBay for $75 shipped from a guy who bought a threaded barrel and then sold his on eBay. I sold my threaded barrel the next day on Arms List for $165. I shipped it for $6, I think, so $159. I paid $75 for the other one, so I went from $550 down to about $480 is what I have in all of this stuff. So I was extremely happy with the deal. But the bottom line is, it's a Glock, and you know, the haters out there, all I can say to you is, I'm not sure what you hate. If it's plastic, you know, get with the times. I mean, technology has come a long way. Guns don't have to be metal to be good, okay? You're still stuck in this old antiquated way of thinking that it's got to be metal or it's junk, and it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I have seen Glocks tortured, run over the vehicles, thrown in mud puddles, shot underwater, dropped, thrown, you name it, and they still work. And that's the beauty of them. They're durable. You know, when we look at the top 5 things that I look at with a Glock, you know, number one's reliability. I know people who don't like Glocks. They don't like the way they look or something about them, but they know they're going to work every time, so they will actually carry them, even though they're not big Glock fans. Ergonomics. Again, I personally love the finger grooves. Some people cut those out. I love the finger grooves. I love the way they feel. This Gen 3 just feels like somebody made the gun for my hand. I love it. Just the way it feels. It's perfect. And that's important. Ergonomics have to work. You know, again, with ergonomics, I guess also, when we look at the design, when you take a look at a Glock, it's thin, it's narrow, you don't have excessive controls hanging off everywhere. It's just very simple, you know, and I like it, you know, I just like it. You know, when we look at repairs and replacements, parts, and then doing it yourself, you know, you pop a couple of pins out of a Glock, you can replace any spring or part in it in minutes. I think there's like 34 moving parts in a Glock, or 29 or something like that. Either way, it's around 30. And you don't have to be an armorer or a gunsmith to work on a Glock. They're pretty simple, and parts are so readily available. Very easy to get a hold of. So a spring kit, you can replace every spring in a Glock for like $30, every single one. You know, it's cheap, and it just makes a lot of sense. Holsters, magazines, and accessories. Go to any holster company, you know, gun stores, tack shops, anything like that. And the number one gun for accessories is a Glock 19. They just got so many, which would also go for the 23 also. And then last but not least, I'm not going to get into the price. You know, price, it's a tool. And whatever you're willing to spend for a tool is what you're going to spend to get the job done. This is a life-protecting tool. A life-preserving, life-protecting device. It's worth whatever it costs to each individual, as long as you're willing to pay it. But we take a look at it. Looks. People like to say that Glocks are ugly, they're blocky, they're this, they're that. I just think there is a simplistic beauty, and it's in the eye of the beholder, obviously. There's a simplistic beauty to it. It just looks like a battle pistol to me. It just looks like something that's just ready to go to work all the time. It doesn't have bells and whistles. It doesn't have fancy stuff on it. It doesn't have crazy curves and everything else. Basically, you know, I love Glocks. Now, I love the 320 Compact again. I did sell it. I'm keeping the videos here on YouTube. You know, it's a great pistol, and I would recommend, if you're interested in it, take a look at it. It's a great gun. You know, here's the thing. If you understand Glocks, if you like them, then you understand the love that people have for them. If you don't, if you're a bona fide, genuine Glock hater, which I still haven't found a good reason why someone would hate a gun that's so reliable, so easy to carry, and really inexpensively priced even, you know, when you look at it in the whole scheme of things. It just offers so much more than any reasons to hate it. It just doesn't make sense to me. It'd be like going to Lowe's and looking at 2 different hammers and saying, I hate that hammer. It's ugly. It's a tool. If it drives nails, that's all you need. Anyway, I'm going to have some more shooting videos coming up here really soon, so check back with my channel. Leave some comments below. Let me know if you're a Glock hater, Glock fanboy, where you stand on them. Till next time, Brian Poe with Poe Performance. Catch you guys later.